Welcome back into the Professor MJ YouTube channel. Glad to have you with us. On this channel, we give you sports betting advice to help you to grow your bankroll. This video is for week 2 of college football. Last week, we hit with a few more winners with our free picks, bringing our year to 3-1 so far. We're off to a good start to the season with those video picks. If you're one of the savvy sports investors that are already signed up to be a premium member, you enjoyed a winning week with us as well. The premium picks had another winning week, making the 4-2 record net us 1.5 units profit so far. You too can join in on the winning by signing up at mjpicks.com. We will have a few more premium plays up on the site for subscribers. For now, let's do more free picks. There were so many marquee games last week, it was easy to pick games that would be interesting to watch. This week, there are a lot more lopsided lines and probably a lot less interesting matchups. Looking through those big lines, this one jumped out at me. Kansas State -17 at home versus Army. Neither club has shown much to be proud of, but I like to target games following a what the heck week that shined the light on 0-1 Army. Last week, the Service Academy found some way to lose to Tarleton State 30-27 in overtime. What the heck? Quarterback Dwayne Coleman, who was responsible for 56% of Army's offense, left the game late last week with an injury. Once he left the game, the Black Knights were unable to move the ball at all. And Army missed on 2 of its last 3 field goal attempts. While running QB Coleman is questionable to play this week, even if he does, he most likely will be limited. This is a team down in the dumps. That's a perfect time to fade them and punch them while they're down. Kansas State rebounded from their upset in Ireland with a dogfight with FCS North Dakota. Avery Johnson was able to pass for 300+ yards and rally from a deficit for a final touchdown to seal the deal to even Kansas State record to 1-1. He hit his star receiver Jace Brown 12 times. I think Army will attempt to limit Johnson from running on them and make the Big 12's passing leader do it again through the air. I think a look at Johnson's and Brown's overs are worth a look. I also have a lean on the over for the first half, 23.5, and the full game 46. However, I'm going to target the lopsided victory and take the Kansas State Wildcats to cover the 17 points and win the game 34-14. Next lopsided line was out west, 10 p.m. kickoff late Saturday. Stanford at BYU. In my preseason picks, I selected the win total for Stanford under 3.5. After watching them play against Hawaii nearly 2 weeks ago, I feel pretty good about that wager. Things are not pointing in the right direction for the boys from Palo Alto. Quarterback Ben Goldbronson had a rough outing, but the team is sticking with him for now. I think if he comes out and stinks it up again, they may have to turn the reins over to freshman Elijah Brown. It might be their only chance to salvage the season. Last week, BYU put up 69 points against hapless Portland State. The Cougars rushed for 468 yards. 468 yards, averaging almost 10 yards a carry. They beat up their FCS opponents with 14 different players getting touches. Now, Stanford is not on the same level as Portland State, but they may not be too far behind. Okay, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I don't see much to support a close score. We were able to get this line earlier in the week at -17.5 points for BYU. The current line is at -20.5. I like it all the way to 24 personally. It's possible that Stanford puts some points up at the end versus the B squad, so you can look at the first half line of -10.5. I think this is a route 40-13 BYU, so my official pick is on the full game BYU minus 20.5 points. Okay, it's time to visit the doctor. Last week's pick of UCLA was a solid third. Wow, was Utah good? He says he's thinking about changing his Big 12 champion pick, but gonna stick with Texas Tech and all the oil money. What did Utah thumping UCLA teach us? How about that Nico might be in trouble in Southern California? So this week's cheeseburger pick is to fade Nico and go with UNLV to upset the big UCLA thirds in Las Vegas at plus 125 odds. Wait, what's better than a single cheeseburger? Right, a double cheeseburger. The doc has thrown another one at us. Last year, SMU went into Raleigh as a clear favorite and we picked Duke to upset them. And Duke should have, but found a way to blow it. Don't bring up Duke around Stu, he gets a little crazy thinking about it. So I was a little surprised when he told me, "Hey professor, I think Duke is gonna win outright." What? Why are you going to go back to an ex-girlfriend who dumped you? Stu, you can't be serious. He told me he is, Duke to win. He thinks Duke wins this one somehow. He believes Duke's coach Manny Diaz finds a way to pull out the victory. So let's double cheeseburger it and also take Duke at plus 130 odds to upset Illinois. I really like the UCLA UNLV game that the doc picked. I kind of want to get in on that. I believe it's going to be a backyard brawl. I thought about the over at 55. Dan Mullen will have his team loaded to go. Heads up, this will be a great live bet opportunity. If the game starts slow, start pounding the over. These two teams will put up points and let's hope we're on the right side with the running Rebs. Now, the final game we're going to talk about, and it's a little off the radar. Western Kentucky at Toledo. Last week, Toledo put up a fight at Kentucky and put a scare into the Wildcats for most of the game. Mostly a function of how questionable Kentucky is, so let's don't give Toledo too much credit. Meanwhile, their opponents this week, Western Kentucky, have put up 96 points in 2 games. Maybe it's because it's my son's name, but Western Kentucky's quarterback Maverick McIver has already put up 706 passing yards into 2 high-scoring games for the Hilltoppers. But I believe Maverick is the real deal, and his receiving core is legit. I think Western Kentucky comes out hard and puts it on Toledo. So I'm going to take the plus 7.5 points with Western Kentucky. The season is just getting going, and now's your chance to get on board with premium college football picks and NFL picks. Last night we went 3-0 with our premium picks in the Thursday night football game featuring the Eagles versus the Cowboys. Indeed, we took Jalen Hurts under 1.5 TD passes, Javonte Williams to record over 32.5 rushing yards, and under 48.5 points in the full game. And not to mention the free play I shared with you on YouTube. The Cowboys plus 8, that was also a winner, even though some people thought I was a little crazy backing Dallas. If you are a premium subscriber, you got all of these picks and are buying your office lunch today. Get on board now with the winning. Go to mjpicks.com and start increasing your bankroll. Good luck this weekend, crushing your bookies. I'm here to help if you need me.